the left, then I drop him. I be on the mic like Rock Kim.
Wow, I'm actually doing a makeup tutorial. So this is my first makeup tutorial. Don't come at me if I do something wrong. I'm not a licensed makeup artist or anything like that. I've been getting some requests that for my first YouTube video, as far as a makeup tutorial, should be on my brows. As you can see right now, I have no brows. Really, like, none. I don't really know. I mean, it is what it is, and your girl likes brows, so I had to make it work. You're gonna need one of these bad boys. It's from Sephora, and it has this kind of tip at the end. This is what you really need to do your brows, like, because if not, your brows gonna be kind of trash, sis. Then you're gonna need like a brush that's kind of flat. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be exactly like this one, but you know, as long as it's flat, like when I say flat, like I mean like this kind of flat. People ask me this all the time. I use the Anastasia Brow Powder Duo. This is what it looks like. This is what it is. The color I use Ebony. Trying to get it to focus. Yeah, use the Ebony one. That's the one I like. You don't have to use it. Whichever one works best with your skin tone. Cool. It's 2 shades, so like this one is darker, this one's lighter. First, you know, you gotta like see what you want out your brows, girl. How do you want them shaped? I mean, I barely have a shape, and as you can see, I have not, like, I don't get my brows done. They just make it too thin. But I just try to get it into some type of shape. I know I like a little, like, arch. So that's what I'm going to go for. And I'm going to do this one too. So now I'm going to go ahead and start dipping the powder into the lighter side, because that's the color I choose. So when I start, I go like in this motion where I start at the bottom. I hope I'm explaining this right, y'all, but it's at the bottom, so do that. Do y'all see that? Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the other brow so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Then what I like to do, I kind of like to, my eyebrow hair, it's kind of wavy or curly in a sense, but it's kind of like wavy. So I brush it towards the line. So as you can see, you see my hair and you see the shape of the brow that I did. If you like your brows to be arched, where your temple kind of is, right above it is kind of like a good arch zone. So I like to kind of lift this side because my eyebrows, they're a little, I don't know how to explain it, but you kind of arch it just so you can get a better angle. So now, as you can see, the brows at the end are starting to form, but we're not done yet. We're not done yet, boo. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the darker side. I start with the darker color. Couple taps. Dust it off. And I go in and I start kind of filling in. Mind you, it doesn't matter if it's kind of sloppy, because we're gonna go back and clean it up. Now, if you want that kind of like that gradient effect where it kind of fades in the middle right here, take the end of the brush and you have to very, very, very lightly kind of brush it, just very lightly, and it will come to form. Boom. Now I have a brow. So I'm just gonna do it on the other side, as you can see. Now, I somewhat have brows, but we're not done. I'm gonna take this LA Girl Pro Concealer, and in the color medium beige. If you're a different shade than I am, my shade is obviously not medium beige, but you want to use at least a shade lighter, 2 shades lighter if you're daring, but that's not me. So what I do, this is what it looks like. I squeeze it open and I squeeze it a little bit into the tube so that I don't waste any. Just about that much. As you can see, I take this brush and I dip the tip of it into it. So I start in the corner over here and I start going this way. I'm sorry if I look crusty, y'all. Nobody likes to have that bright underline concealer showing and letting the whole world know that you just did your brows. So you take the brush and you kind of tap it lightly going into the eyelid area, so that once you start to blend it, especially if you're wearing eyeshadow, but once you start to blend it, it's not showing. And if you haven't gotten your eyebrows done in a long time, you can pretty much cover the hairs by doing that. If you have some extra hairs that you haven't plucked or just haven't gotten to or haven't gotten done yet, it works for my brows, so I'm hoping it works for y'all's. I take this is a blending brush. It's kind of rounded, it's thick. That's how you know it's a pretty good blending brush. You take it and you just dab it so that it can be blended. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna work on the second one. So boom, now I have my brows pretty much cleaned up at the bottom. Now that the bottom is clean, you can pretty much tell if you're doing the top part evenly. And so my personal brows, they're a little bit weird. One is a little bit more boxy than the other one naturally. This one has a natural circle curve. So I take that time to examine it and make sure that I'm gonna be doing the brows evenly. Now that I have that together, I pretty much made sure that the ends of my brows are kind of lined up with the end of my eye. So I'm gonna take a little bit more concealer. I'm going to line up the top, starting with this arch right here. Y'all feel me or not? We getting somewhere? I think so. I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up so that we can go back and double check and make sure that we're doing this as neatly as possible. Now I'm gonna take this brush again, this one, and I'm going to go ahead and get this middle part, because I really can't stand when, you know, you see someone with their brows done and it just looks too done, you know? Like it looks way too done. So what I do is like imagine this part as a V, and I kind of clean up going that way and then brush up in the middle too. So boom. Now you have some brows. Wow, look at that. How do I get my brows? This is how I get, this is the same thing I do every single time. So there you guys have it. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. But stay tuned because I might do a full look. Thanks for watching.
I drop him. I be on the mic like Rock Kim. Crowd screaming, Ali drop.